We have talked about how stress has affected to our lives in many ways. Stress can be sudden or chronic in its symptoms. It can affect behavior, body, and mind. Physical symptoms include headache, dizziness, asthma, atopic dermatitis, high blood pressure, heart disease, stomach pain, diarrhea, constipation, back pain, menopause. In mental, depression, and anxiety disorders. Family members are under a great deal of stress from providing ongoing support to their family members who are in need of caregivers or facing serious illness. Stress is a normal phenomenon for many people in today's society. However, since mental stress was originally formed in relationships, including one's own perceptions, people go to doctor's office and get drugs, but treatment with drugs is only a state of suppression and not the real solution. So what can we do about it? I offer a very unique method of dealing with people who are living with mild stress to those who are living with severe stress. Stress is often created from relationship, including relationship with yourself. To be more specific, let's say someone is suffering from back pain. I found out through my workshop that this person has had a conflict with his father since he was a child and has had an ongoing conflict with his boss at work, with whom he had a similar relationship. The stress was manifested as back pain. Putting on the cream to prevent back pain did not cure it. The workshop helped him to resolve his relationship with his father and the conflict with his boss. As a result, the back pain disappeared because the condition is no longer needed to indicate the issue to him to resolve. This is why I say that psychosuppressive drugs are not effective in resolving the root cause of symptoms. I work with people change the way they perceive things naturally. To give you an example of some of the ways I do this, I deal with stress as a lie. Even though the most people generally view stress as a bad thing. You can see the chart how it changes, changing the way you perceive things. Before, stress is your enemy. During the workshop, stress your friend. Illness is your enemy. It turns into illness is your friend. Your boss is your enemy, and your boss is your friend. To heal an illness means to return to an original state of health, and I will work to explore your inner self, to ask the answer and the fundamental questions about who you are and what you are meant to be. In other words, many of us don't know why we are alive right now. When you understand why you are alive, the meaning of your life becomes deeper. As a result, the way you perceive things will change, and various unsolved facts from the past will be resolved. So as your own natural healing ability develops through the workshop, the stress symptoms you are currently experiencing will disappear. the disease, the relationship, and many other things, such as your job, career, or financial problem, or family relationships, will turn around as a result. Let me explain more how the problem changes to opposite idea. There is a perception that stress is bad because it represents illness and defects. But stress is necessary for our survival. Stress is what makes us grow and productive. Because there is an illness, we know that there is something wrong with that body, and we can treat it to increase our vitality and return us to health. Because of the illness, the family is able to cooperate with each other, express kindness, experience the joy of family members' recovery, and learn again how fortunate we are to be able to live a healthy life. Because of the illness, new ways of living are possible. Family is able to expand its work to pay the expenses or finding new jobs. And when family members' illness leads to various development. In number 4, the opportunity to see things from the sick person's perspective. I remember that when my father paralyzed his half body part, it was the first time for our member to think about what is a good environment for the person who cannot go to the restroom or taking a shower or always with wheelchair. It was totally eye-opening experience for us. We never thought from the people's point of view with doing the rehabilitation. And also researching will help us to broaden our vision. That's the part of it. But don't you get the impression that we are doing much more than just getting rid of the disease? Yes, it is. By exploring your mind, disease will disappear as a result. We will use the disease to promote our own personal development. There are many examples of people with stage 3 or stage 4 cancer who have been cured by pursuing of their own heart. Thus, in the first half of the lecture, I talked about the symptoms of stress, but I have already mentioned that these conditions can be eliminated through the exploration of one's own mind. Thank you for watching. In Stress 5, I talked about how solving the programs of the mind will resolve the symptoms that appear in the body. So I also talk about how drugs that suppress the mind are not really a very effective method. Let me tell you more clearly what I mean by that. According to one study, we say more than 70,000 words every day inside and outside ourselves. We are not conscious of it, but it may of those words are negative. There is a lot of anger, sadness, fear, pain, regret, anxiety, and things like that being said in our minds. So listen to your own heart. Did you have these feelings today? And again, we are unconsciously mumbling more than 70,000 times a day. That's for 365 days in a year. That's for 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, and 70 years. How many conversations would that be? A few positive conversations will not make it. You can already see that that's what humans are like. Stress is caused by environmental factors and the root cause factors of things. Environmental factors are the people and events in your life, workplace, relationships, and etc. Root cause factors are the records, experience, and in your mind. Your before birth memories and all memories going back to the creation of mankind as represented by DNA. Environmental factors and root cause factors equal onset of disease. Suppose, for example, that your boss at work is very demanding type of person. You are working very hard in the face of his words, his attitude, and the company's sales pressure. But it is not at all present for you. And you have worked hard and persevered throughout your sufferings. But after 9 months, the stress has taken its toll and you can no longer go to work. You cannot do it anymore. You are stuck. You took a leave of absence. In this example, the demand of your boss and the demands of your workplace are environmental cause of factors of your stress. And root cause, it is not just now, but since you are a child, you have been living a life of enduring hard things for a long, long time. In the same way, suppose your parents wanted you to succeed and you always worked hard to meet their expectations, even if you didn't want to. When such habits exceed the limit of what you can hold on to, and your life-sustaining functions develop something called illness, which protects you from doing any more because it is not safe for you. The reason you are so stressed and unable to go to work is to protect your life. On the other hand, if your life experience was brought up with praise and your parents raised you in such a way that you didn't have to force yourself to do what you couldn't do, and you also had a personality of not forcing yourself to do difficult things, then even with the demand of your boss at the same workplace, the demands of sales, rather than take them seriously, you would have a game of it. If you had a mindset of making it a game and having fun, it will not be your root cause, and you will be able to enjoy and challenge yourself at work, even in a similar environment. In other words, amount of stress you suffer from is very light. As you can see, these two examples, you react differently to the same stimuli depending on how you tend to react to your own memories of the past. By recalling the patterns of your root cause in various events in your life, you will learn how you perceive things and the meaning of people or things or events in your life. You discover the deep love and that have been causing you suffering, and you come to know what you are. Pain, sadness, anger, despair, and such feelings are transformed by the natural feeling power within you into love, joy, and gratitude. and the symptoms that have developed disappear. This is the outline of the work I can help you with. Thank you for listening.